Alcohol does not make you honest. It makes you careless. And from the outside, those two things look identical. You have heard the phrase your whole life. Drunk words are sober thoughts. In wine, there is truth. It sounds wise. It feels obviously correct. It is also almost entirely wrong, and the real explanation is far stranger than a hidden true self clawing its way out. Because alcohol doesn't open a door to who you really are. It closes most of the doors you had. By the end of this, you'll understand why the same substance that produces a heartfelt confession also produces a lie, an insult, and a story that never happened. Two psychologists named the mechanism in 1990. A lab in Missouri caught it in the act 21 years later. Start with what you think is happening. You picture a filter sitting on top of your real opinions. Politeness, fear, social calculation. Alcohol dissolves the filter, and the truth underneath leaks out. Clean story, comfortable story. Now the actual one. In 1990, Claude Steele and Robert Josephs published a paper in American Psychologist and gave the effect a name: alcohol myopia, nearsightedness of the mind. Alcohol doesn't delete your restraint. It shrinks how many things you can hold in your head at the same moment. Sober, you run two tracks at once. There is what you feel right now, and there is everything else. The consequence next week, the look on their face, the 10 years of history sitting behind that one sentence. Drunk, the second track goes quiet. Only the loudest cue in the room survives. So the thing you say isn't the truest thing you think. It's the nearest thing. And is the nearest thought really the most honest one? But that's not the strange part. In 2011, Bruce Bartholow and his team at the University of Missouri wired people up and watched the brain's private alarm, the signal that fires within a fraction of a second of a mistake, long before you consciously notice it. They expected alcohol to switch it off. It didn't. The alarm still went off. It just got quieter, and the distress that normally follows it vanished almost completely. Read that again. Intoxicated people still noticed they were getting it wrong. They simply stopped caring that they were. That is not a truth serum. That is a broken smoke detector, which is why the myth falls apart the second you look at the other half of the evidence. If alcohol pulled truth out of people, it would only ever pull truth. Instead, it produces cruelty someone doesn't mean, confidence they haven't earned, and confessions to things that never happened. That last one is exactly why intoxicated statements are treated as unreliable in a courtroom. Truth isn't selective, carelessness is. So think again about that person at midnight, saying the thing they'll regret by morning. They weren't showing you the bottom of themselves. They were standing in a dark room with a single light on, describing the only thing they could see. Alcohol doesn't make you honest. It makes you careless. And a careless person says the true thing and the cruel thing with exactly the same certainty. So the next time someone tells you drunk words or sober thoughts, ask them the harder question. Which thoughts? Because you never hear the ones the light didn't reach.